Hello and welcome back here to the Wonder Twin series here on Football Manager 2019. We are back with our 21-year-old American twins, Tom and Jerry. Last time we saw them, we were at 18 years old, and both of them were about to make the transfer to Borussia Dortmund. And taking a look, both of them are still at Borussia Dortmund. Here on the left, we have Tom, who is valued at $10.75 million, and Jerry on the right, valued at $5.5 million. So Tom still looks to be the better rated of the two at the moment. Both of them have a contract running until 2027. Tom making $2.29 million, with his brother making $1.45 million a year. Tom in the first team, Jerry on a rotational status. Taking a look down here at their attributes, it looks like, yes, Tom still is in the lead, but Jerry has made up some as well, so it's not quite as big of an advantage as it was before, other than Tom is very much ahead down here in the attacking and vision aspect of it. A little bit ahead on the speed, a little bit on the physicals and mentals, but those are still very close. Jerry still holds the 1-point lead in defending. But let's go ahead over here to Tom and take a look at his attributes a little closer. And he has some very good high technicals. 18 for passing, 17 for technique, 16 for long shots and first touch. Doesn't really have too many low technicals anymore. Lowest one is 7 for long throws, so very well developed technical wise. Mental stats are very, very good. 16 for composure, 14 anticipation, 16 decision, 15 determination, 12 flair, 16 off the ball, 18 for vision, 14 for work rate. So he can see the pass and he can make the pass. Very, very good player. His physical stats are top notch as well. 16 acceleration, 18 agility, 16 balance, 17 pace, 17 stamina, 16 strength. Very, very impressive. He does have some player traits as well. He loves to get forward whenever possible. He plays some 1-2s and he knocks the ball past opponents. So Tom is looking like a very, very good midfielder at 21 years old. Those are some very impressive stats. If I had a 28-year-old that had those stats, that would be very great. Looking over here at his international stats, looks like he made 24 U20 appearances, 6 under 20 goals. Last time I believe he was at like 20 or 18 U20 appearances, so he made a couple more of those. But he has made his senior debut internationally, racking up 17 appearances and 2 goals with that. But why don't we go over here and take a look at his career stats. So in the first year with Borussia Dortmund, he was with the second team. They were playing down in the third division of the German tier. Looks like he made the switch at $16 million. First year with the second team, he made 15 appearances, 7 goals, 2 assists, 2 player of the matches with a 6.99 rating. Also, apparently he made a loan switch probably in the second half of that 21-22 season, where he made 10 appearances for Hoffenheim, 1 goal and 1 assist. Not so good average rating of 6.56, but that was the Bundesliga, so definitely a higher step up than that third division there. So 10 appearances. He would have been 18 most likely, possibly 19. So yeah, very good to get 10 appearances second half of the year with Hoffenheim in the Bundesliga. The following season, 22-23, he started with the second team, I'm assuming as well, making 19 appearances, 4 goals, 6 assists, 5 player of the matches, and an impressive 7.19 average rating. He also made 18 appearances for the first team, notching 1 goal with an average rating of 6.55, so still kind of struggling with an average rating in that more competitive league in the Bundesliga. Then here in 23-24, this past season, he made 31 appearances for the first team, 6 goals, 1 assist, 1 player of the match, with a better rating of 6.9. Looking down here, he made 22 starts and 9 sub appearances, so definitely looks like he is broken into the first team now. So this next couple years, he should be developing and progressing very, very well. He already has great stats, so we'll see how he gets on. Injury-wise, he has avoided any major injuries, still only racking up some moderates and slights and minors. Longest period he's been out is 2 weeks still, so good to see Tom is not being hampered by any injuries. Taking a look at milestones, he has racked up quite a few of those since last time. So he made the move to Dortmund at $6 million. It could possibly go up to 12.25. First senior goal, he also moved to the under-19s. And then to Dortmund too. Then back to the U19s. But whatever. He's kind of fringe player between both of those teams there. 2022, he made his international debut against Iceland, where he also got his first international goal. So he got a goal on his debut for the senior squad for the United States team. That is very nice to see. 22, he made the seasonal best 11 for Hoffenheim, even though he only made 10 appearances and wasn't the very best. 2022, he was also named the Dortmund 2 vice captain and then being promoted to captain. 2023, he was named into the seasonal best 11 for the United States. 2023, he won the U19's Champions Cup with Borussia Dortmund. So good to see that they have a good youth team, and he was a part of that one with Champions Cup. So good to see he adding trophies to his cabinet there. 2023, he was named to the first team seasonal best 11 and was voted the USA Young Player of the Year, finished 3rd place. 2024 seasonal best 11 for the United States. And he was named into his very first Bundesliga Team of the Week. So, coming along very well. Nice to see him getting along there. We'll just take a quick look at his transfer status. No interest right now, but he is in the first team. I can see here his contract runs to 2027. And he signed this contract last year. He has a minimum release fee of $141 million. That's insane. And we'll just switch over here to dynamics. He wants to win a trophy and excited by the team's chances in the Bundesliga. So that is very nice to see that he is determined to win a trophy, and he wants to do that with Borussia Dortmund in the Bundesliga. But let's go ahead over here and switch to Jerry. Taking a look at his attributes, starting to see some more progress. So he has some solid greens now, 16 first touch, 16 passing. In his technical stats. Still has some low ones though, finishing only out of 5. So not the best. That's light gray. His technique isn't quite as good as his brother's. Everything else seems to be kind of average. Nothing spectacular, but nothing too bad. Taking a look at his mentals, doesn't look like he has the crazy mental stats like his brother, but still some respectable ones like 17 vision, 15 work rate, 13 positioning. So still has some good mental stats there. Only 3 for the leadership, so he's definitely not much of a leader. His brother had, I think it was like 10 or something for leadership. So Jerry is much more in the background. It doesn't have that crazy anticipation. But I mean, everything is pretty good other than that leadership. Physical wise, pretty solid. 16 pace, 17 stamina, 15 strength, 15 agility, 14 acceleration. So I mean, not super crazy physical stats, but I mean, 17 stamina. He's gonna be good enough to be playing for a full match at a high level. He has he has one more player trait. He looks to pass rather than attempting to score. I mean, he does have a poor finishing, so definitely don't blame him there. International wise, definitely a different story than his brother. He only made 3 under 20 appearances compared to his brother's 24. But for the senior squad, he has 4 appearances and 4 goals. So I think you should call him up more often because he's getting a goal a game at the rate he's going right now. So whoever the manager is, call up Jerry. He'll get you a goal. But let's take a look at Jerry's career stats here. So 2021 made the move to Borussia Dortmund for $5.25 million. He was loaned out to FC19 in the Eredivisie in the Netherlands. It's a good league for young players to get developed in. He made 18 appearances for 20, no goals, 4 assists, 1 player of the match. Decent rating of 6.76. I can see down here that they were all starts, so that would have been very good for his development, especially since he didn't get a lot of game time before making that move, so that's fantastic for Jerry there. In the following season, the 22-23 season, he stayed at Dortmund 2 in the 3rd division, where he made 31 appearances, 3 goals, 5 assists, with a rating of 6.85. And in this past year, he made the move up to the first team with Borussia Dortmund in the Bundesliga, making 18 appearances, didn't tally any goals or assists, had an average rating of 6.67. So looks like Jerry is definitely the bench player right now. He only made 1 start, 17 others were off the bench. So Tom looks like is the first choice, and Jerry comes in off the bench. Hopefully Jerry pushes for the starting role this coming season, or possibly he will get loaned out to a team where he'll get some more playing time and see him push on and develop a little bit further. Take a look at his injuries. So it looks like his major injuries are behind him. He had a couple moderates that kept him out for a couple weeks each time. But that was back in 2021, past 2 seasons. He only had some slight injuries. So hopefully his injury problems are behind him. But hey, look, we have some milestones for Jerry this time. So he was bought only by Dortmund for 2.5, and that increased up to 5.25. So Jerry definitely was not highly rated as his brother Tom, where he was bought for $6 million, and it could rise up to $12 million. Milestones with FC20, they were the runners-up in the Dutch Cup. Probably lost to one of the big teams like... Nope, guess not. They lost to Vitesse. I was going to say they probably lost to Ajax, PSV, Feyenoord. But nope, FC20 lost to Vitesse. So unfortunately, Jerry did not pick up the winner's medal for the Dutch Cup with 20. In that season, he was named to their seasonal best 11. Following year, moved to Dortmund 2, kind of moved back and forth between them, but he never made any first-team appearances. 2022 got his first senior goal in Dortmund 2. 2023 made his international debut against Germany and got his debut goal as well against Germany. So that's a very good team to get your first National League appearance and a goal against them. So 2023, he was the USA Young Player of the Year runner-up. So Tom finished third, and his brother Jerry finished above him, and Timothy Way won it, who plays for Crystal Palace. Interesting. So even though Tom is the better player and made more appearances, Jerry finished higher in second place than Tom. Interesting indeed. And 2024, he was in the seasonal best 11 for Borussia Dortmund. Transfer status, no loan status set, no transfer status set. Squad rotation right now with no interest. Contract-wise, like I said earlier, runs till 2027, and Jerry does not have a minimum fee release clause, so he could potentially be on the move here if a team wants to get a solid young midfielder and Jerry wants to move and get some more game time. Taking a look at dynamics-wise, he feels he has a very strong connection with Tom Wonder. Imagine that. But one thing we're going to do here is we are going to take a look at the national team and see how they are looking. So none of them are in the top players quite yet. When we first started this, the United States were ranked 22nd. Kind of went down here with a bit of dip, but the world rankings are a little weird. But think about this time is probably when they started making their appearances, and they went up, got up to 17th, and went back down. Currently in 28th. Why don't we just take a look here and see what we have going on? So this game right here, I'm pretty sure was the first time Tom made his international debut. What I'm going to do here is we're going to put goal scorers. Yes. So yes, Tom Wonder with his debut and debut goal. He actually got 2 goals in that game. Very impressive. Had a North American National League. Don't know if Tom was in there, unfortunately. Doesn't tell me. It's too far back. But let's take a look here and see. Tom was not part of this World Cup. So the United States did make the World Cup in 2022, which was played in November because it's the Qatar World Cup. Yes, that one, everyone's favorite. So 2022, they were in Group D, where they did not qualify. Only got 2 draws, which saw France and Sweden advance. Not sure if Tom was even on that squad, but he did not make the bench in any of them. Didn't get any playing time. Let's see. They played in the Gold Cup. Tom might have been on that. Yep. See Tom making some appearances there. So they got out of the group where they lost to Jamaica in the quarter final, where Tom did not play. Tom, though, did play in this Nations League. So he's starting to get some more playing time here And this Germany game is the first game Jerry got into the National League. He got his goal, and he actually went off injured. But good to see Jerry get in there. So both of them playing in that game. Nice to see the Wonder Twins making appearances together with the national team. So hopefully coming up here, we will see the Wonder Twins leading the national team to glory. But that is where I will be leaving this episode here today. We will simulate another 3 years and come back and see where Tom and Jerry are at with their career. But till next time, it's been your Boyd 147.